What was I doing? I was going this way. I see the wall. Oh, hey, everyone's still here. Solus? Solus! 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 Oh. Oh, was this already here? This is light enough that I might not have seen it. Oh, was that after we went to the temple he would have done this? Because that would have been the dragon from the Mythal Temple? Oh. Was that always glowing like that? I feel like... How much more is different here? What's going on? Okay. Does anyone know what the hell? Talk to Liliana. Yeah, sign off. This is it. So I'm gonna do a round of everywhere. Well, let's just do a check here.
A divine with enough spies to know how often you piss. It will be difficult to return to Tevinter after all this. I have a good friend here. You don't find those just lying about. Such is my lot. Just a little longer then.
Okay. So there's...
What's to come, I wonder? My guess, a plague of bees.
Just randomly talk to people and they'll...
What's to come, I wonder?
I have to talk to everyone. I need to...
We will look back on this day and know that it marked the birth of a new chantry. I have a plan, and I will not rest until it is made a reality. I may need your counsel in the coming days.
It would be my honor, your perfection.
Good.
Wow.
Then it is settled.
Are you still my spy master? When will you need to leave?
The Grand Clerics would love to bury me in ceremony while they prepare for my coronation. But there is so much unfinished here. A new spy master to appoint. And perhaps I'm not quite ready yet. When the time is right, I shall go to the Grand Cathedral for good. They can't know what they're in for.
I wish you all the
best.
best.
No, they won't. Alright, let's keep going. Let's just finish this up then. So we're done here. What was that? Did you see that? Never mind. Oh. I will do an Andraste's leap of faith here. Oh, that actually made me dizzy. That actually made me mildly sick. Right there. Alright, let's go this way.
This is amazing. Convincing the keeper took work, but I'm so glad you managed. Your worship.
Yep, heyo. Just doing my rounds. Hey, bud.
Ah, there you are. I heard about the new divine. I have to say, I wasn't surprised the spy master was chosen. She's quite a driven woman. I'm eager to see what she does.
I'm
now,
glad, actually, at
what's
this
next
point.
for us?
After...
I stand ready, as always, Inquisitor. Yes?
Yeah, after the Avar stuff, I'm glad it was, because I need Cassandra doing the Seeker stuff. Just making sure I had all the horses. Corypheus dead, Inquisition victorious. Let us celebrate. In a climactic battle beneath a torn sky, the Inquisitor achieved victory over the enemy, the Darkspawn Magister, called Corypheus. This triumph cements the Inquisition's power within Thedas. The Inquisition, led by its Inquisitor, will direct the world's course in the days to come. I, for one, am eager to see where he will take us. And for now, Thedas is safe. Tomorrow, however, is another day. Cry of Relenus. Just hanging out
Liliana
here.
is already turning the chantry on its ear, and she hasn't yet been crowned divine. It's quite interesting to watch. I offered to remain as right hand, but she has other ideas.
Oh, damn.
I wish her well, regardless. The chantry needs
That's fine.
someone like her.
She needs to focus on the Seeker business.
Hello, Inquisitor.
And redoing what needs to be redone.
I hear your mages are looking to start a whole separate college of enchanters. Be
Sweet.
interesting to see if they can avoid pissing everyone off this time.
True.
What's more important is there are still rifts out there spawning demons. I'm ready to kick some ass whenever you are. I'm ready whenever you are, boss.
Works. Alright, that's closed. Somnian stairs, man. You can never figure it out.
Your worship, sir.
Hello. Sarah, how you feeling over here, Sarah?
Hey.
Any
Oh, you
problems?
can't kick her out anymore.
Just you, sometimes. I mean, we're in with Leliana, so we have no problems. It's the ones who piss her off who need to squirm. I'm staying, though. You find fun often enough. I'm not sure where else I'd be. Ready for whatever.
All right, Cole. How you feeling about things, Cole?
Thank you. And how much did you need?
All right, never mind. Oh, Cole, you don't want to talk to me, Cole? Cole, don't. Oh, don't be like that. Okay. Let's go check on Cullen. Going the wrong way. I'm certain of it. That absolutely is the wrong way. Cullen? Wait a minute. But Cullen? Says right there though. Cullen. What the hell? Good talk? This has never been a thing, has it? It's never been a thing. Are they not? Okay. Okay. Very strange. So, war table... Where the hell would Cullen be? Alright, anyways, and Varric. No, let's go this way. Ah, Vivienne, jeez. Oh. Oh.
Inquisitor.
Oh. It's so empty. My throne. Is this a bug? I feel like this is a bug. I feel like this is a bug. I could swear, did I not just, didn't I? Didn't I come from there? Wasn't there like furniture? Oh my god. Oh.
Of course.
Did I glitch something? I don't know what. Did I glitch something? What? What do you mean? Morgan.
Those
You-
who bear false witness
She's not gonna be here.
to deceive others know this.
I mean, that makes sense,
There is but
story-wise.
one truth. All things are known to our Maker. He shall judge their
Yes, I
lives.
took blood notice. Okay. What the hell? He did say he was leaving back to Kirkwall, I guess, but why'd they take all my stuff? It doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. Let's check the Undercroft. What the? Oh my god, I can't even change. What the hell? Did I get a new place? It transpose it, what the? What? My home? Why did it? No, there's no reason why they take all my stuff though. I'm so confused. For real. Cause in my head I'm like, I could swear there was still stuff here. Josephine's gone. Part of me feels like something's glitched. Yeah, let me just reload. Let me reload. My brain is... See? Everything is here. Did I glitch my game somehow? How is that possible?
I feel a little nervous having the woman who commanded our spies on the Sunburst throne. Like if anybody recites the chant wrong, she'll have them shift. Probably overreacting. But yeah, if you want to go out and find some trouble, I'm up for it.
I mean, it's totally possible, Varric. And now that this is working again, unless there's some crazy thing that triggers after I talk to someone up here. I didn't talk, well, I'm not going to talk to you again because that might break things. And then I'm going to check, there we go. Oh, this is not so difficult.
The Conclave made an interesting choice in Leliana. Inspired by something, no doubt. I would find the proceedings entertaining were it not going to create a mess I'll have to clean up. The
I know
Conclave
you're
made an
working for it,
interesting
don't lie.
choice in Leliana.
Don't pretend.
Inspired by something. I would find...
Don't pretend. Alright, let's see how I broke this. So, I walked in. Oh, I jumped off the edge and I broke. Nope, things are popping in. Things are popping in. One of these was like a way I never go, but no, that goes. Oh my gosh. Of course, I jump off the edge again. Oh, she's here. Okay, so it was a glitch. It was a massive glitch.
Wandering the gardens, I see.
I'd like to know more about you.
If you have questions, then ask.
I'll
Or
lead
not.
you to the garden.
As you like.
Alright, now I don't know what happens if I don't talk to everyone, you know, because now I didn't. So I didn't talk to Colin. See if I can get to him. Can I make this leap? I never realized this could be a shortcut. It is now. Worked. Took the whole game to find that shortcut. There we go.
Liliana is to be divine. It will be strange
talking about
to see
Liliana
her
be
go.
divine.
Given her plans for the Chantry, the months to come will be interesting. At your service.
Alright. Now I think I've talked to everyone, although it's probably not logged as me having talked to people. Things are definitely popping in for some reason. It's very weird. So I don't know if it's I just made it move too quick. So I don't know if I need to talk to people in order for that to carry through, or if I'll be fine. But I'm going to see this stuff because why not? 3 marches, Circle of Magi, Templar is pretty cool. Okay, that's done. Bed. I don't like the frost. I mean, it's neat, but let's see what the other ones have. The Avar one, Dwarven or Lay. There we go. Now we got some like normal beds. Oh, I mean these are super fancy beds. Oh, that's a pretty nice one. There we go. That's standard right there. That's free march standard right there. But no, I want. There we go. Nice Orlay 3. When am I gonna go back there? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. We have. A couple other ones here. Dalish Mass, Dwarven. I like the Inquisition one. I could have Avar ones just out of respect, but no, that's fine there. Heraldry. I still like mine. Tevinter, Magi, Chassid, Kunari, Avar. Again, just looks neat. If you're playing a barbarian, yeah, it gives you RP like, yeah, ideas like, because then you could do it first, and then you could have like Avar themed stuff all the way, and take that frame of mind. That'd be cool. That'd be fun. Andrastian Chantry, all decked out, and these are all level 3s now. I think I maxed out all of these as well. This is always a neat one right there. Holy smokes, but didn't really work. Okay, and Windows. So I just got them just because. Unknown. This is I need to play that text game part of Keep, and I was playing it. I was recording it, but then I never finished it. Never continued it. It's just it was very long. It felt very long and tedious. So that's the unlockable window right there that you get by playing that game. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll do it. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How did I not see a golden nug here? Synchronize collectibles. This will synchronize your collectibles across games by downloading collectibles that you previously uploaded and uploading newly acquired ones. Would you like to synchronize now? Okay. Oh, does that appear after the end game? Yeah, golden nug. All right, let's go to the map. One more check here. One more check.
Leliana knows the game.
Yeah.
She'll move the Chantry forward while quelling the fears of the faithful. And I feel only pity for those who might try to depose our former spy master by force.
Yeah.
Should the Inquisition offer Leliana its protection?
It'd be more imposition than useful, or misinterpreted as a struggle for power. It's best Leliana arrange things herself. After so much warring, even the most seasoned players of the game yearn for change. Sister Leliana will bring about interesting times.
It's going to be interesting indeed. Let's see what this trespasser quest is all about. It's on the map somewhere. There it is. Of course, that thing had to be over that particular. There we go. Attend. Oh. Wait. Is this it?
So,
Warning.
Leliana, should I bow whenever you come into the room now?
The ceremony is not for a while.
It will be strange to see you and think, there walks divine Victoria.
Then let us enjoy these moments while they last, as colleagues.
Or as friends?
What's this? A breach in decorum?
Perish the thought.
Oh. I got momentarily distracted there because I was already reading ahead. Warning, beginning, the Exalted Council will lock off all other areas and plots and jump to 944 Dragon 2 years after the death of Corypheus. There is no going back from this point. With Corypheus dead and the threat of Fade Rifts and demons waning, both Orlais and Ferelden have begun to raise questions about the future of the Inquisition. Divine Victoria has promised to shield the Inquisition from political matters for as long as possible. Eventually, she plans to call the Exalted Council, a chance to determine the role and possibly the fate of the Inquisition. Level 20 or higher. You know what I need to do before?
You've styled your hair that way for ages now, Leliana.
Good thing I did.
Why don't we do something new with it?
I'm used to the way it is.
What about our commander?
He does something with his hair already.
Oh, it does look very nice today.
I don't.
You mean it just gets that way on its own?
Not entirely.
So they still got stuff to say, but I mean, we're done here. We are as complete. But I wanted to just check. Let's do this way. Stupid Western approach. We have trespasser with Thetis at peace. The state of Inquisition must be determined. There's time to take a breath, but eventually the powers that be will grow antsy about the Inquisition's role in Thetis going forward. Characters. Might as well be thorough here before kicking that off because, yeah, Leliana. She has many names. Sister Leliana or Nightingale. Spy Master, following the betrayal. Leliana spent several years after the defeat of perished in the explosion. After the defeat of Corypheus and the sealing of the breach, the Chantry chose Leliana to be the new Divine Victoria, as she will be named, will oversee the birth of a new Chantry, one that she hopes will unite all the people of Thetis. That seems in line with Somley. We have Solus. Let's go right to the top. I understand our first orders of business must be to investigate the bizarre breach in the sky and protect the people from demons descending. Solus entered the camp voluntarily, surrendering blah blah blah. Solus has requested permission to study the lone survivor of one of them, blah 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 blah. Inquisitor. Despite my efforts, I have been unable to locate Solus from the site of your battle with Corypheus. He was last seen headed west, still distraught over the destruction of the orb Corypheus carried. From there, he disappeared, evading my people so easily and so completely that I am forced to wonder how much he knew about them. When Solus initially approached the Inquisition and offered aid, I questioned him extensively about his background and history. He was evasive, but he did give the name of the village where he grew up, noting that it was small, unlikely to appear on any map. I hate loose ends, so I kept a few of my agents searching to verify his story. They recently located the village, or what remains of it. It is a ruin. As it has been for centuries, its name preserved only in degraded form in ancient adventure mysteries. Whoever Solus truly is, wherever he came from, he has deceived us from the very start. I apologize for not investigating this more thoroughly while Solus was here. He was clearly helping us, and other and other matters were of greater urgency. But it was an oversight nevertheless. Given how little he shared with us, it is not clear what his plans are, if any, but I will continue to search. Leliana. Still a lot of gaps there that bother me. But history. What do we have here for history? Right here. Doom upon all the world. And so is the golden city blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. There is very little of the infamous 13th verse that we can take literally. It speaks in the voice of the Maker himself. Since he has never deigned to speak to his children directly, we can rest assured it is a work of fiction. There are facts, however, which support it, at least in part. Records remain from the time prior to the First Blight saying that yes, 7 Magisters did open a portal to enter the Fade physically. These 7, whose true names we have lost either to legend or deliberate obscurement, of course, did so at the behest of the old gods who whispered from their ancient prisons. We also know that the Golden City, visible from every part of the Fade by any mage at the time, turned black as night the moment these 7 breached its gates. Everything else, the accusations of sin, the suggestion that these 7 became the first Darkspawn, that they were directly responsible for the blights to come, all that is conjecture. Now I'll kick this off. And hopefully everything's done. Point of no return feels pretty... This is your story coming to an end. I always have a save file, right? Well, I saved and then I had to talk to people because of that mess up. So, done. 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 Attend the Exalted Council. The Exalted Council will be held at the Winter Palace outside Halam Shral. Thanks to Divine Victoria's negotiation with the Ambassador, we are ready to depart at your convenience. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. I always feel like I'm missing something. Nice.
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
Why did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us, and based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you. Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
Ferelden, huh?
Inquisitor, it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Emprise de Lyon, distributing food sent from the Exalted Plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
Since Corypheus fell, I think you may have spent more time traveling than I have.
It keeps me out of trouble, Your Worship. I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help. Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden Ambassador's concerns.
You can probably just call her Leliana in private conversation.
You can, Inquisitor. I prefer to use her divine name. Our last divine once joked about why I insisted upon calling her Justinia. She called it my way of reassuring her that I had not completely forgotten who was in charge.
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
Victoria is proving to be a woman that few dare to disagree with. She has already won concessions for the Inquisition. You are fortunate to have her support.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, Your Worship. The Divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of Olay. I believe he is currently speaking with the Tevinter ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
The Imperium sent an ambassador.
Yes, Your Worship. Dorian Pavas has taken the chance to return from Tevinter. It will be good to see him again.
Neat.
I owe him my apology. I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us, and deserved better treatment.
You're going to apologize? To Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, Your Worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras. For one, I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall. I believe
neat.
Sir
You find out what
Blackwall
they've
has
been up to
returned
for
as
2 years?
well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier.
Oh, look at that.
Enjoy time with them while you can, Your Worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
Thank you, Mother Giselle.
Your Worship, a final question, if I may. This Exalted Council, Thorelden would have the Inquisition disband. Olay sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
The Inquisition still has work to do. We can't let someone's fear push us into disbanding.
Then I wish you luck in the negotiations to come.
There are negotiations.
Make a watch
This is
over
in
you,
question?
Inquisitor.
Oh?
I will not keep you any longer.
Okay. Oh, is there a level requirement coming in here? Is this just a, you just talk to people? Just catch up on things, see where people are at? Kind of like a, shore leave sort of thing? In Mass Effect? Oh, okay. Oh god, this map. Oh god, there's so many people. Overwhelmed already. Okay. Loot the key. No. Need to get the stag. No. Alright, let's check this side first. I guess, yeah, you probably just roam around and like... For real?
We should look around.
Are we, seriously, are we doing this? For real? Are these codex? Oh. Wait. Expensive dog treat. Bone-shaped dog treats baked in a mold. Okay. Smells fit. Do I use? Is there like a big ass puzzle? Hard in Hightown, Chapter 10. Donan Brakonovic had been pursuing the killer of Magistrate Dunwald without food or rest, and so far all he had was the seal of an imaginary group, a wounded arm, and a package that contained a rusted Tevinter short sword. He was past exhaustion, and every breath made his head throb like he'd had too much to drink. He was getting too old for this shit. He couldn't. I love that line. It's always great in movies. That's a Die Hard. That's in a movie. Anyways, he couldn't go to the barracks with a knife wound he'd picked up off duty. If the captain caught him, and she would, he'd be thrown out of the guard for sure. That left one option. The Chantry Clinic turned no one away, but it usually didn't have to. The presence of 3 circle healers was more than enough to frighten most decent folk into deciding to wait and see if they got better on their own. Aside from a few drunken beggars snoring in the beds, the clinic was quiet. The healer didn't ask his name and tended the wound with only a disapproving frown. In a few breaths, his arm was as good as ever. Pity magic wouldn't mend his coat sleeve. As he walked through the nave toward the exit, he heard a voice. "Guardsman, I was just about to look for you." The deep black gown she wore only made her eyes more otherworldly. A scent like lit lilacs filled the air around her. She may have been dressed in mourning garb, but she was dressed to kill. Bonin bowed. "Lady Marielle, we should talk. I may have a lead for you." I mean, reading that out of order, I think, is really messing with things, too. I think I missed some pieces, too. Because I feel like that would have... Anyways. Let's check up here before working our way... What? So, this... banter out here is something I want...
Lord Zerol is on the Exalted Council. He's so sentimental about the Inquisition. The Council of Heralds choose him as their representative.
Oh, yeah?
Whatever his position, it has their will behind it.
Okay. Read, Josephine, in the last few years, my dear Somley, Commander... Good day to you. Commander Cullen has reviewed the soldiers. I have written and received so many letters from the Orlesian court. Our birds practically blot out the sun. We are as prepared for this exalted council as we will ever be. I know this past year has been full of formal meetings. Goodness knows I have attended many myself, that this one will truly test the alliances and friendships we have worked so hard to build. Take courage, darling, and please visit me before we begin the Exalted Council. It would make me so happy to see you. Oh, there's more. Cole, in the last few years, Inquisitor. Your suggestions regarding the young man Cole was excellent. He displays an uncanny ability to locate missing people. When hostile forces held our agents and we feared they would be killed if we approached, Cole was able to reach them without being detected. While he has been less useful overall at extracting intelligence, I have learned to trust his instincts about whether a target is trustworthy or malicious. Per your request, I have limited his assistance to rescue operations or attacks on clearly hostile forces. Whatever magic lives in this young man's mind, it would be poorly served by the less pleasant necessities of our work. His remarks about my family, while not germane to the mission at hand, were also greatly appreciated. Yours, Charter. Liliana, in the last few years, Inquisitor. Thank you so much for your kind inquiries. I am doing very well, although I have been quite busy. Selecting new staff for my apartments at the Grand Cathedral has taken me so much longer than expected, and if you wouldn't mind, I would like to borrow Scout Harding for a few weeks to help me find more nugs. I cannot possibly hire anyone to a permanent position without first observing them in a room full of baby nugs, and all the litters I have on hand are nearly full grown in any case. I will see you soon at Amsterdam.
We shall see.
See if there's some dinglings over here. Oh, but there's some loot. Crumpled silk napkin. What the hell is going on here? A crumpled silk napkin with some words inked in the corner. They're so smudged by wine stains. The only one still readable is "There was once a man from Hosper." Optional. Speak with the Feraldan. Okay, we're working on it. Catch up with old friends, of course. Josephine.
It's so good to see you, darling. I've been fielding Orlesian diplomats all afternoon.
Have they given you trouble?
Not at all. It is quite alarming. It means they are all saving themselves up for later. Would you walk with me? I should like to take some air before the Exalted Council becomes inescapable. The palace has been most accommodating.
How was it done?
We are, after all, here at their insistence. But the ministers may... No. No more talk of the council. This meeting was to spend time with you in a more relaxed fashion.
Then why can I still see those wheels turning in your head?
Work carries a certain momentum. The truth is, There is a small entertainment happening tonight, to which I may be able to find a pair of invitations.
You'd like me to go with you?
Very much so. In all the years you worked with Orlais, you had so little time to enjoy its culture.
Maybe by choice.
I do wish you'd warned me the game would take more work after Halam Shiral.
It's strange. Those were somehow simpler times. Sometimes, I'm afraid I do not make enough time for you, my love. Please, come with me tonight.
I'm not going to lose this option.
If it makes you happy, how can I refuse?
Oh, wonderful. I was worried we wouldn't find the time. The past years have been so busy. We have earned at least a few moments of rest.
A calm night out sounds...
Oh, bravo! Bravo!
That must mess me up. His face. Oh, Solly.
Was the woman in gold playing a king? Who was the man in feathers?
Oh, it's all very simple. The first actor's mask is determined by... well, I will
Redden's
lend you the
codexes.
program guide.
Yes.
But tell me, did you enjoy the performance?
Am I gonna lie? Oh, there we go. Safe one.
The performance pales in comparison to the lovely lady I saw it with.
You are sidestepping the question.
I am.
Love leaves my tongue tied.
Well, in that case, I suppose allowances can be made.
She gave this
I do hope
fancy
you
chick.
recovered from your night at the opera. Any earringing should go away in a day or two. Hello, my love. Hello, my love.
So I'm just checking. Oh wait, does this actually tell me where I'm at with the No. It's probably tracking behind the scenes. Yeah, that was fun. Okay, so I guess we're checking there. Yeah, this corner right here. Let's be thorough. I can. I'm straight up sneaking in. Okay. Somley, you never change your ways, Somley. You never change your ways. There's always time for looting. Can't just enjoy yourself. The first Grand Enchanter Lothair Harduin, was the first leader of the Circle of Magi when it was founded in 120 Divine. After Harduin distinguished himself in battle during the Second Blight, Emperor Drakon himself endorsed him for the position. From all accounts, the Grand Enchanter performed admirably, but some speculate Harduin was a second choice, that Drakon had another mage with connections to Inquisitor Emerden in mind for the job. Tellingly, these debates are based on a half-finished letter to an army captain and the guest list of a party where Emerden and the Emperor were in attendance. If any proof ever existed, it is likely dust. The idea's merits should be treated as such for scholarship's sake. Yeah. All right, there you go. Just snooping around, snooping Somley. Snooping Somley. Well, this layer is done. Did I do the bottom? Yes, I couldn't wait. Why couldn't I get through this door? Are you denying me? I'm going to confirm one more time. Are you actually denying me? Are you? Barred. Okay, I think they heard about the last time we were here. Don't let that door.
Of course.
So, yeah, these random people talking. Take a left. What did I miss? Who's this? Varric. Dude. How did I miss? Okay, fine. We'll work our way back to you. I don't know what's going on. But, oh jeez. I want to check every friggin' corner. What if I'm... Stuff to be missed, man. look, they've expanded the map. That's for sure. What is with these bones? Expensive doctrine. Oh, do I just sell them? Okay, Heart and Hightown. So chapter 11. The Café d'Or, perched atop a hill in the Orlesian district of Hightown with a view of the entire city so the wealthy patrons could keep an eye on the peasants toiling below. Lady Marielle studied the room across the rim of her cup. A few nobles sat at the delicate little tables, sipping tea from Ravane and whispering among themselves about the latest maneuvers in the grand game 1,000 leagues away. "What's this lead you have for me?" Donan broke the silence, acutely aware that he stank of sweat and fish from the docks and was wearing a ripped, blood-stained coat in the most high-class cafe in Kirkwall. "We're being followed, guardsman." The lady's voice was low. From her tone, she might have been discussing the weather. The two gentlemen in the corner by the door. Donan picked up his teacup and gestured with it as if making a point, while he turned slightly in the chair to look. The men were finely dressed, but almost out of place as he was. A large, sickly pale Ander with a full face of scars and a tattooed chassid with a stone dagger at his belt. A chassid and a doublet? Doublet? That's one for the history books, Donan murmured. Lady Marielle favored him with a half-smile. "Last night a man came by the estate. He said he wanted to buy Seamus's collection, all of it." Donan sat up straighter. "The swords?" "He said his name was Wagner." She sipped delicately at her tea. "He gave me an address in Lowtown in case I changed my mind. Those two have been shadowing me ever since." Well, at least we're finding out how Heart and Hightown is. That's important. Alright, we have the ambassadors. I'm going towards,
It's just good sense. What the Eldon would try their wits here.
Didn't that red-bearded one wear the same coat to Celine's coronation all those years ago?
He did. Maker.
Let's not go up those stairs. That looks like important business up there. So we are going to naturally skip it for as long as possible. I'm going to take some more loot. Broken mask. There's a broken mask inside a velvet bag. A scrap of paper inside the bag. Read simply, "Try again." Weird. Heart and Hightown, Chapter 15. We're going to skip some chapters here. The noble of Hightowns like to imagine that petty crime can only happen in the dank shadows of Darktown, or maybe the crooked alleyways of Lowtown between the alienage and the poorest neighborhoods. Their lofty, ivy-walled avenues can never be the site of something as crude as a mugging or a simple assault. Donan didn't have much trouble finding an out-of-the-way alcove near the chantry to wait for the scared Ander and the tattooed Chasen to catch up with him. The Ander came at him first, dropping down from the balcony above his head, while Donan tried to back out of his reach. The Chasen loomed behind him, clamping an enormous vice-like hand on his shoulder. The Ander's follow-up punch just below his ribs knocked the air from his lungs. As the Chasen lifted him up by the coat, Donan got back enough of his breath to say, "You work for Wagner. I need to give him a message." This earned him a skeptical look from the Ander, but the Chasen set his feet back on the ground. "Tell him I have his sword. He can meet me in the quays at midnight to settle on the price." For a long, nervous moment, Donan watched a variety of expressions pass over the Ander's scarred, grayish face before the man nodded. Another long moment, and both Ander and Chasen walked away, leaving him alone in the alcove. With the sun just setting, there was only one place left that Donan needed to go. The tavern in the center of Lowtown sat in its own tiny moat of spilled ale, vomit, and the sea water. The owner flung at the walls in a half-hearted attempt to scour the seagull crap from the buildings. Donan, like nearly every guardsman who drank at the Hanged Man, walked through the door to the frantic chorus of "Put it away, hurry!" He tried not to smile and completely succeeded when the brooding, white-haired Alvin bartender greeted him with a murderous glower. "Guardsman." Donan placed a handful of copper coins on the bar. "Keep the ale coming, Ferris." "Of course. I've got some time to kill." white haired. As soon as I saw white haired, I'm like, because this is gonna be a Fenris play. He's using. That's so funny. Okay, so let's say he was an elf. Come on, white hair, man. Unfinished chess game. Vivienne and Cullen. How did I miss? Oh, wait. Is there a bridge? Oh, I miss you. Oh, you're right here.
Darling, you made it. Excellent. I scheduled this appointment ages ago, and they do appreciate punctuality.
Appointment?
With the Imperial Garden Spa, of course. You work so hard,
Yes,
my dear. I wanted to treat you.
I'm not really a spa kind of person, Vivienne.
Darling, that is precisely why you so desperately need this appointment.
What's going on? Oh, for real? It is? Well, oh my god.
What are the cheese wheels for?
It pains me that you even have to ask. You've clearly been living too long in barely civilized conditions.
Did you hear something?
Relax, darling. It's spa day. How have you been? It seems ages since we've spoken. I hope all is well with you and Ambassador Montillier.
Things are excellent. Thank you for asking.
I'm glad to hear it. You've done so much, darling. You deserve to be happy.
You must be keeping very busy.
Someone has to keep the mess that's been made of Thaddeus's institutions of magic from flying apart. Don't you feel better, my dear? This place really does work miracles.
What happened?
Darling, it's spa day. Don't fret. You'll undo all the good they've done. Come along, Inquisitor. They have other appointments, you know.
Wow. Well, nothing to clear up the scars on his face, though, huh?
Darling, what can I do for you?
You tried. Everyone tries. No. Josephine doesn't feel like she needs to try. She loves me the way I am. Oh, yay. Yay. Amari.
You there! You're to dodge, not catch. If that ball were a fireball, you'd be dead.
You
Puppy.
found a dog.
They don't breed Mabari in Olay. The merchant said he was abandoned. Perhaps his owner's tired of the novelty.
Tire of you? With that positive attitude and fetching ability?
He's not supposed to fetch it.
I don't think you understand how this works.
Another Ferelden trapped at the Winter Palace. I couldn't leave him to that fate. Besides, I think he likes me.
You could take him to Ferelden sometime. He should know where he came from.
I did promise my sister a visit. She might try to spoil you. Remember who you report to. The Inquisition will change after this. I'm not yet sure what that will mean.
Meet me there. No.
Whatever happens, our people, you, Liliana, Josephine, will have my support. In whatever form you require.
I can't imagine the Inquisition without you.
I am honored, and likewise, Inquisitor. You can help. Dodge this, and I'll find overpriced Orlesian dog treats before we go.
Got him. Got him. I got like 3 or 4 of them. Just give him the dog. Give him the dog. Oh. 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 Why would this matter though? I can't.
Be careful, Inquisitor. We have a ways to go yet. Inquisitor?
But I mean, what? I can't. There's no playing after this, right? Like, that's it. Reminder, while the gazebo is available for festive occasions, deposits are non-refundable in cases of flood, fire, or imperial whim. Book accordingly. Okay, Vivian, oh, so can I put the other stuff places? Is there a thing for that? Wait, there? Yeah, fine, let's go left. I'll work my way back to Varric in a sec. Gold cravat. Slightly the worse for wear and tear, however the stitching is remarkably fine. Catches the light, okay. Go there? Nope. Going for it soon. Hold on. Half-finished poem. Skin like gauze, across the sky I sigh, and fall in evening's lakes, the pools of which deep as your eyes, and eyes of which pierce like wakes, drakes, heartaches, cakes, maker. I have my lady patient. Take. Another doctrine for another constitution. That's not going to matter, but that's great. I really don't know what's up. Well, I'm making assumptions again about this actually ending. Oh, hey. Neat. Oh my gosh, this is like a friggin' maze in here, man. Chapter 12. They say you can buy anything in the low town bazaar. It's mostly true. On the right day, you can find vendors hawking spices from Saron and the legacies of unknown dwarven paragons, maps to hidden fortresses in the Donarchs and the crown jewels of Antiva, and no bookstore in Thedas peddles more wild stories than Lowtown. Donan Brekanovic made a point of greeting each shopkeeper as he passed, so that the continual chant of guardsmen reached the ears of the two large men shadowing him since he left Lady Marielle in Hightown. The address she'd given him led to a warehouse in the Foundry District, a section of the city populated only by rusted metal spikes and vagrants. Donan knocked on the door. An immaculately dressed butler greeted him and gestured for him to enter. Guardsman Brekanovic, Monsieur Wagner has been expecting you. Donan followed him through a labyrinth of warehouse offices to a back room richly appointed with silk carpets and tapestries depicting the execution of Andraste. Two heavy armchairs upholstered in velvet occupied the center of the room. In one sat a smug red-haired man dressed entirely in blinding white samite. The other chair was empty. Guardsman, please sit. The gentleman spoke with a heavy Starkhaven accent. I suppose you would be Monsieur Wagner? Donan asked. I am a procurer of antiquities, Sarah Brekanovic, as I'm sure the Lady Dunwall explained. Wagner carefully lit a pipe made of carved bloodstone and inhaled. But we are both men of business, Guardsman. You are soon to retire, are you not? Allow me to present you with an opportunity. Donan turned a critical eye on the tapestry of Andraste's pyre. I'm listening. Wagner watched him through a growing veil of smoke. Do you know what Seamus Dunwald had in his possession, Guardsman? What made the poor man worth killing? Do tell. Sword of Hessarian. Wagner leaned forward, studying him closely. The very blade that pierced Andraste's heart. Donan gave him a flat stare. If I believed that were even possible, I think the blade would be worth a lot of coin. Most would look at it and see a rusted piece of scrap. It is no longer the jeweled blade of an Archon, but to the right buyer, Guardsman, the sword is worth an empire's ransom. I know such buyers. Wagner smiled. It is here, in Kirkwall, and if you help me find it, I can make you a very rich man. Okay. Oh my god, this place is enormous. Some more of these statues. Where is it? There we go. Another +1 Constitution. I'm gonna be powerful. Chapter 14. The late magistrate Dinwall's butler blinked at Don and Brkonovic barged into the foyer. Get Lady Marielle now. He headed straight to the parlor where the magistrate's collection was displayed. Wrapped in a black shawl, Marielle sauntered into the room and leaned against one of the glass cases. Guardsman, what a pleasant surprise. Where's Javelin? Her smile faltered. Why do you think I would know? He's your partner. Donnan held up the note. Your perfume, Lady Marielle. He dropped it on the display case beside her. What were you doing in the guard barracks? I didn't leave the note, she said with a measured calm, and I don't have your partner. But you were in the barracks. He stepped away to examine a display. You told me Wagner wanted to buy the magistrate's entire collection, but he said he was only interested in one blade. He opened the case, and I think it was never in Seamus's collection. I think it was the sword meant to go right here. He pointed to the empty velvet-lined box. I looked in the Viscount's records, and you've only been married to Magistrate Dunwald for about 3 weeks. You tell me where you're working, who you're working for, and where my partner is, and I'll see if we can't get you a deal with the Viscount's office. The Chantry. Marielle closed the door quietly. They sent me to Kirkwall a few months ago when rumors of the sword began to surface. She examined the note. I don't have Javelin. This was already on his bunk when I went to find both of you. Donan didn't hide his skepticism. You're innocent, but you didn't report him missing to any of the guards. Someone took him from the barracks, Sarah, with no one the wiser. That doesn't seem strange to you? She looked him in the eye. Have you ever heard of the executioners? They're a myth. A myth that kills, she sighed. The executioners have your partner, and I think they have someone inside the city guard. How else could they have gotten Javelin out of the keep without being seen? Donan watched her fidget with her shawl. Why were you in the barracks? I suspected the executioners had an inside man, she shrugged. How else could they have gotten poor Comte de Favre to open the door to his killer? Since he arranged the sword's purchase for Seamus, he'd been hiding it in his home. He'd been hiding in his own home. The only people he'd seen were Seamus and you. My God, everything's just coming together. I wonder if it's like... What the heck? How? Oh, can I climb this? I have no idea how I can get that unless it's to jump off one of these things. I wonder if it's like the stuff you've missed. It's just scattered around here now for you to find. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, if that's the case. Cassandra and the last few years. I'm writing to you from the Hunterhorn Mountains where I was successful in tracking down Seeker Emery. She was more shocked than most to hear of Lord Seeker Lucius' betrayal, as he was her mentor when she was just an initiate, but she is eager to help rebuild, and she has heard of a few other Seekers who might have been sent to Ravane. I still do not know how many of us yet remain, how many Lucius killed, but I know that we are recovering, and I know that we will be better this time. I confess I look forward to returning to Orlais next month. Once I would have thought that impossible. Orlais was little more than the land of frustrating politics, excessive ornamentation, and responsibilities I did not want. But now that friends wait for me there, it is almost a home. Okay. Cullen in the last few years. Word has spread from Denerim about the summit the Inquisition will attend. The news is half rumors, but with the representatives they say are going, it's clearly serious that the details are probably not something you can put down in a letter. I will, however, look forward to a more glowing description about how much you love Orlesian parties. Branson's here. His son insists I add "Hello, Cull" to this letter. He also insists it be "Hello" and not "Hello." Your nephew is stubborn. How very familiar. Love, mine. Marmion. Another. Vivienne. I fear I shall have no opportunity to meet with you prior to the Exalted Council at Hallam Sharal. The colleges and fraternities of enchanters are holding yet another round of elections in a few months, and I must be present to organize everything, or the Antiquarians and the Lacrosians will inevitably get drawn into the most passive-aggressive arguments over the number of ballot boxes and the arrangement of voting cards you can possibly imagine. On the last two occasions when I could not be spared from my duties at the Imperial Court, the isolationists sealed themselves inside the debating area with ice walls and protest over some insult from a libertarian senior enchanter from Cumberland. I must of course convey the continuing probation of the Orlesian Court, though I have no doubt dear Duke Cyril has already bored you to death with the Council of Heralds' compliments by now. Varric, greetings and salutations from beautiful Kirkwall. The sun is shining, the seabirds are screeching, and almost nothing in Hightown has fallen to a sinkhole and ended up in the sewers in over a month. The Red Lyrium cleanup in the gallows is going better than expected. Nobody misses having Meredith fused to the flagstones. What do you mean? She's in the thingamajig. They've already removed her. Maybe they've made a copy. I don't know. The city guards celebrated finally getting her out of there by holding a completely impromptu parade. Several Lowtown residents composed a song of the spot with lyrics to the effect of "Thank the Maker, the crazy cursed Templar is gone," which was remarkably catchy despite, or maybe because of, the fact that it was mostly just swearing in tune. Even with all this stellar progress, it looks like I'm stuck here. Channels in the harbor were completely changed by falling debris a few years back, which led to a lot of ships getting wrecked coming and going, which only made things worse. And then we had rifts open, and weird glowing fade rocks appeared out of there. Incidentally, thanks for closing the rifts. Now the only hope for repairing the harbor is to send guys with pickaxes to clear the rocks. Ever try to hire miners who are also divers, Inquisitor? There aren't many. and even fewer are happy mining glowing shit from the fade. This is going to take a lot of my coin to fix. Stop by the city sometime. We'll get in a game of Wicked Grace, please. This Viscount shit is boring me to death. Viscount shit? Wait, did that imply he was the Viscount? Oh. Maybe.